Energy.
Energy.
Okay, you know what?
For real, though.
Yeah.
Hey, babies. It's Lacey.
And it's Alyssa.
And we're the motherfucking Venus babies.
We're the motherfucking Venus babies.
Welcome to
episode 5.
Welcome to episode 5. Today is super exciting.
Today is really cool.
Something we've been looking forward to. So let's just literally get into it. We're having a guest.
Yes, we have a guest. Guys, this is the moment you've been waiting for.
We're having a guest.
We're going to talk to other people. You're going to hear from other people.
And we've been talking about her for a long time.
Yeah, every single episode. We
say her name. We're like, Amber. Our friend Amber, who's into astrology. Amber, the girl that Alyssa and I know. Amber.
So
we've been talking about her a lot.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's like people need to know who she is.
Yeah, let us let you get to know her.
Right. People need to know Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should know Amber, because if you don't know Amber, you know nothing. We have this incense that we're ready to light, Mm-hmm. We light an incense at the beginning of every episode.
Every epi.
And we have no lighter to do so. So hold on.
Today we have a really cool incense.
Yes.
She is a love angel. She brings us clarity in love. You good?
Ow.
You good?
Let me just do this with my other hand. That's
okay. She's supposed to bring us clarity in love and relationships, and that's what we're manifesting today. Clarity.
Okay, so now that we've lit our incense
and she's all up in our face
and we
once
have
again.
our strong ass blueberry margarita in our face too.
Mm-hmm.
Should we introduce Amber?
Yeah, we freaking should. I'm actually really excited about this because it's we've been talking about having a guest for so long.
Yeah, that is really what we wanted this podcast for, was to talk to other people.
Yeah.
And really show that astrology is a guide. It is it's accurate.
Yeah, because we want to show different people of all different walks of life and different opinions on astrology, and show what we just experience in our normal life, where we break down people's birth charts and it's whoa, oh my God, this is so accurate.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and Amber knows about astrology, so that's what's cool.
Yeah, she can really keep up with the discussion.
And I feel as our first guest, it's important to have someone who kind of knows a little bit about it, and then we can get to people who know kind of nothing about it.
Yeah, we need validation.
We need
our first guest to tell us, yeah, you do know what you're talking about, before we go and talk to other people
who say we don't.
Yeah. Or who say we do, but they wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know if we were right.
You wouldn't know if we were right.
So we need Amber to tell us that we're right.
Us that validation. Because we have Leo placements in our big 5.
And they need validation. Heavy.
So on that note, let's cheers to episode 5.
I cheers you with the microphone.
I thought you were going to cheers me with the jewel, but it's fine. Cheers to episode 5, to guests, and let's bring this cutie little thing on the show.
Were you about to call her a biddy?
Yeah. I'm I hope no one takes that wrong, but
we're about to bring this cute biddy on here.
Yeah. Okay. So here we are. We're back.
We're back, and we have Amber
here.
Amber here.
Hi, Amber.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
We're
How are
great.
you?
So
it's
good.
Been a minute.
Yeah. How are you? How's your day going?
Doing good. Just chilling, hanging out. Excited to talk about astrology. It's been so long.
Yes. Well, we're definitely going to talk about astrology today.
Yes, we are.
We're going to start every guest, we've got to read their birth chart.
Of course.
It's just, you know, it's mandatory.
It is.
It's a must.
It is.
So we're gonna read Amber's birth chart. Amber,
Yes.
are you excited?
I'm so excited.
We've kind of told everybody in all of our episodes that you are one of our only friends who is like as into astrology as we are, and like pays attention and studies it and all of that. I guess like just so people know like what got you into astrology in the first place.
Yeah, so we'll get into my birth chart, but I have a Scorpio Pluto, so the whole ruler of death and spirituality and all of that stuff has always interested me. Like
Yeah,
I love learning about like other cultures and like their funeral practices and like how they do weddings and stuff like that.
Oh
I
my
just think that
God.
stuff is so cool. And
She's
I
dark.
don't know. I am
Wow.
got the black. But no, I got into astrology like a year before I met Alyssa, and it was more just like sun sign stuff. I was really trying to nail down what's it like to be a Sag, And once I got into that, I was
Yeah.
like, this is great. I love it. And then I met Alyssa, and she knew obviously more than me and just kind of talked a little bit about it. And I was like, yep, I'm here. And I just dove right in and have been learning ever since. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. Like cuz I said in the episode where we talked about how we got into astrology that I got more into astrology when I met you and everybody else at Tokaya.
Yeah, I thought that was so funny because I was like, no, she clearly knows more than me, like at the time. And
Damn.
I had known, but like
perception.
yeah, but I had known, but I like
Totally.
wasn't like I didn't feel like I was really like that into it. And then when I like talked to other people who were like interested or curious
It's
or whatever,
fun.
and like knew something about it, was like so like I was like, okay, I'm
Okay.
here.
We both got into it deeper, and then we got our friends into it, and then all of our coworkers into it. And at work, we became this fun thing where we were like, so can we get your birthday?
Yeah. Oh my
It was
gosh.
so fun.
Totally.
Wow. For some reason, any part of my life that my ex-boyfriend was a part of, I literally just black out.
Totally.
So for some reason, like
No,
all
I
this
feel
stuff,
that.
like it's really
get that.
coming back to my memory when you're like saying it. Like I
Yes.
forgot all this stuff. Like I was so swept up
Totally.
in.
Yeah.
But I love hearing, cause like then I'm re-experiencing it, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, like
That happened.
people would come up to us like we were like witches and be like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, so can you tell me about like?
Yeah. It was
That's
great.
epic. That's so
Yeah.
awesome. I guess that's when you got interested, and then you just kind of stayed interested like for a long time after that. Did you ever like sway away from astrology, like not believe in it? Like where did you get to fully
No.
believing in it?
Yeah, so for me, I can't really do anything or dig into anything unless I believe in it. Like it doesn't matter if it
Totally.
makes sense. It's just I have to believe in it. And astrology is one of those things. From the very first thing I read, I was like, "Oh, I get it. Of course, totally." Like it just made sense. And ever since
Right.
then, it's like everything just makes more and more sense that I'm like, "How could I not believe this?" Like that'd be foolish at this point,
Right.
Yeah.
That's literally how I think we feel about
Yeah.
it. Like that's why we're here.
Yeah.
We're like, let us tell you it's real.
Yeah. Like come
Exactly.
on, guys.
You'll love it.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because like what's cool about having guests now is like we have so many of these like revelations in like our personal lives with other people, like reading their birth charts and like going through it. And we were kind of just saying like these moments have to be like caught on camera.
Yeah, like we need to
Like
Yeah.
this has to be out there because this shit is crazy.
Yeah, and it's so fun.
And it's so fun.
It's so fun. When I feel like it's such a good tool to just be a better person, like you have a
Totally.
blueprint, a literal map that's like, hey, you might struggle with this. Why don't you work on it? Why would you not take it? Like,
Exactly. Yeah, like let's say like devil's advocate. Okay, whatever. Why not just like try it? Why not just look into it? See
That's
what
so
it says
true.
about you and then tell us if you don't
Totally.
believe in it.
Exactly.
When people are like, why waste my time on it? It's like, why not? You have nothing to
And
lose.
I feel like every person I've said that's been like a naysayer that I've like explained it to them, after I've explained it, they're like, I mean, okay, it makes sense. I'm like, I know it does. Exactly.
No shit.
duh.
Thank you.
But you know what? After we actually end up talking about it with people, they kind of eventually
Yeah,
latch
get
onto
into
it. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh my god."
Every time.
They're like, "Wow, that's
It's hard
me." Like
not
you're like
to.
reading me. You're reading
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
It's so hard not to when you're
everyone wants to feel known, you know? Everyone
Totally.
wants to feel like people understand them. Here am I
exactly
understanding
understood.
you.
Okay, so I think we should get into her
Yeah,
birth
so like
chart.
let's talk about your birth chart
Yeah.
now. Like let's
Okay.
show
Oh,
these
sit up
people
with
who
the
don't
cozy.
believe.
So obviously, I think people know at this point you have a Sagittarius sun.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have
she's
my
our
Sag.
Sag girl.
Ooh.
She's
Yeah,
showing
that's
it
right.
off.
My man's got it for me.
Oh. We all
Oh.
actually have
We have something
astrology
astrology
on
related
all of our
our
necks.
necklaces.
Of course we
Mine
do.
says Taurus.
I love that. What's yours? I can't see it.
Mine's a Libra symbol with like a sapphire
Birthstone.
birthstone.
Yes. Cute.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Wow, I love us.
I love us.
We are everything.
She's our Sag girl. She's our honest, tell it like it is,
Mhm.
really fun little Sagittarius baby.
Yes.
That's me. Oh, I genuinely love it. I would never trade it. It's my favorite placement. I love being a Sag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Something that was like really funny to me when we first met was that when we started talking about astrology, I was like, "Oh, you're a Sagittarius. Like you probably like to travel, right?" And then you were like, "Yeah, I literally have an airplane tattooed."
Yep.
Oh my god.
Here it is.
Yes.
Yeah. It's I hate fitting into stereotypes, but like I can't not. Like
Yeah,
that's my
you
favorite
have, well,
thing
you have
ever.
you have a lot, well, not a lot, but you have some Sagittarius placements, like
Yeah.
your Mercury and your Jupiter.
Mhm.
So like,
And Jupiter, Sagittarius is ruled by
Sag.
Jupiter.
Right.
yeah, so you have it in that. So
Yes.
you've definitely got Sagittarius energy.
I feel it. I feel it in here.
And you know what's so interesting for me is every Sagittarius I know is except for you. You were the flip for me. But okay, except for Spencer as well, except for Spencer. But every other Sagittarius that I know is like a cheater.
Oh yeah.
A cheater.
I've heard that's a stereotype. I could never. Why cheat?
I know
when
you
could
couldn't.
just use your
But
words?
you have a Scorpio Venus. Very loyal.
Yes, I'm
Loyal.
a loyal bitch. Yes.
Yeah, you are very loyal. But like I know someone who like wore a purity ring until they got married, were very one side of the coin, and then randomly divorced their spouse and went and like be very promiscuous, like totally flipped the script, and then cheated on girlfriends, and then the ex that has that I told you cheated on him really bad. Her name is Amber, and she's also a Sagittarius.
We don't claim her.
Yeah.
We don't claim cheaters here.
We don't claim.
I don't
The
care what you're
Ambers
signing.
nor the
Don't be a fucking
Sagittarius.
cheater.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So
No.
and then I feel like I know a few more, but it's so weird. I was always like,
I always
ugh, like
hear that, too.
Sagittarius
That's
is
crazy.
yeah. And I was like, ugh, like all Sagittariuses are cheaters. And then I met Spencer, and then I met you, and you guys are not that way at all.
Literally, when I started dating Spencer and she found out that he was a Sagittarius, she was like, I don't know about that.
Until I met him.
And then that was also before she met you too. So
Yeah.
a little jaded on the
a
Sagittarius.
little jaded. I'm like, all these
Okay, I
fuckers are
love to prove
cheaters.
people wrong. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
I feel like that sort of that stereotype about Sagittarius is slowly starting to dip away. It's
Mhm.
more like a if they feel like the relationship or whatever it is worth their energy and their time because they're independent and they value their freedom. So if they feel like their energy and their time is being respected,
Mhm.
then they can totally be loyal and committed.
Mhm.
So that's what I've been starting to hear. So I'm glad that stereotype is going away for Sagittarius.
And there's
Just because
also
you're
a stereotype-
independent.
Just because we're independent doesn't mean we can't commit.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if we don't commit to you, it's just because you weren't worth it, and that's not our fault.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
totally.
I'm just saying.
It's
And
such a
totally.
respectable like trait.
It is.
Like, okay, you value your time and your passions and what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if somebody is not,
it's almost like because Sagittarius is like see the big picture, they're like, okay,
Yeah.
like we don't need to waste our time on this petty shit
I
because
cannot waste time. Mm-mm.
you know, in the meantime, like we just need to like enjoy ourselves, and if this isn't working, then it's not working, and that's okay.
Exactly. The second I feel like I'm not enjoying myself, I'm gone. Like, absolutely
Yeah.
not. Like, we can work on it and we can try, but if there's no hope, see ya.
Yeah, totally. But that's just like almost like a self-worth thing. It's like
Yeah, it's
Totally.
Sagittarius
really-
seem to like
Yeah.
even the
I have a very high
Sagittarius
sense of
cheaters I
self-worth.
know. Yeah. Even the Sagittarius cheaters that I know, even they like just and their justification for it is more of a situation that it's like, I know what I deserve. It comes from that place.
Mhm.
Like, I know what I deserve, and
Totally.
I couldn't leave this. And because maybe they have different things in their chart that make them not so loyal.
yeah.
Like, you know, they saw it as like, this is wasting my time. So
Mhm.
it's like it's
I feel
still a similar perspective, but
just,
one
like,
is loyal.
unevolved,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Evolved,
Exactly.
unevolved.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's like the thing that like Lacey and I both noticed about you
Yeah.
is like and even Lacey said it last night and I've like said it to like Spencer or Lacey before when I was like talking about you is that like you really know yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
feel like that is
nice.
like
That's like so
and I feel like that's like
inspiring.
a Sagittarius, like not that nobody else can know themselves, but
Yeah.
like
No.
for Sagittarius, it might come a little bit easier because they really value their freedom, their independence, and being able to do
Yeah.
what they want. So you like have to know, what it is that you want in order
Yeah.
to
Totally.
fulfill that. I
Yeah.
love it.
And you also have a Gemini moon.
Yes. I love
Lacey's
her.
a Gemini magnet. Lacey's a Gemini magnet.
I fucking love it.
You're welcome. I love my Gemini moon. I think it's great. It is one of my favorite It's my only air placement, so it's one of my favorites. Like, I can just talk forever about anything. Great.
We love it.
Do you know? Okay. So this is so interesting because your sun sign is Sagittarius and your moon sign is the sister sign of that, Gemini.
Yeah.
Do you, and like how they say your sun sign is kind of like your ego, your conscious self, and then your moon sign is your subconscious self, who you are when you're alone. Do you, like, where do you notice the difference in those sister signs? Like, how have you noticed it personally?
Yeah, so it's actually interesting. I only really notice it when I'm in an emotional state because
Mhm.
my Gemini wants to analyze that emotion, figure
Mhm.
it out, and be done with it
Mhm.
and just detach. And my
Yeah.
Sag sign has that passion that's like, but we have to keep talking about it. We have to figure it out. And even when we're done figuring it out, I'm still fired up and I'm still mad. But like, on the inside, I'm not mad. Like, my emotions are fine. I'm fine about it, but I still want to like converse about it. And it's
Yeah.
that's not a good part of me.
No, we
That's
love
the
that.
downfall.
We love that,
Yeah.
actually.
No, it's actually nice. Yeah. Like, let's just fucking resolve this. Like, let's fucking talk about it until we understand.
Exactly.
And do you notice yourself having like too many thoughts as well, being ruled, having Gemini being ruled
Oh my
by
God.
Mercury?
All the time. I always tell people I have like 100 tabs open. All of them are playing music. None of them are gonna close. It's just how it is. And so if it
Right.
seems like I'm bouncing from conversation, it's just because all those tabs are open and I just have all those thoughts and I need to chat
Totally.
about them. And like,
Yeah.
again, I
Yeah.
can just go on for hours and my boyfriend will be like, "Are we saying anything that matters? Like, can we just be done?" I'm like, I
What are we
guess."
talking about anymore?
Like, we'll just go round in circles and circles until one of us is like, "You know what? We should just be done. It's fine."
Actually, you know what? Let's stop now.
We'll just
This
stop.
is a lot.
It's too much.
It's been
Yeah.
like 6 hours.
We could probably keep going. Let's
Right.
cut it off. Cut the mic.
Exactly.
And
We gotta
Geminis-
leave the chat now.
Yeah, let's exit. Geminis are like really good multitaskers, and it's like literally in their nature to like have multiple things going at once.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Gemini placements like wish that they could like just be in several places at once, and like they are mentally,
Yes.
but not
like,
obviously not physically. So like
yes,
I think
like,
it's a good thing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
I
hard
love
for me
the
to not be
Gemini.
that way. Like, I'm a designer, so like when I'm sitting there just like designing on my computer, I have to have the TV on, I have to have a fan on, I have to have some sort of other stimulation, because without any stimulation, my thoughts are just going to go crazy. Like, they have to be occupied and
I feel
allocated
that.
to other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
All these multiple tabs you have open is you organizing your thoughts. People
Yeah.
might see you as being like kind of scatterbrain. I feel like that's a thing for like Gemini placements
Yes.
is like scatterbrain, but like no, like
course.
you don't understand. Like this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
organized thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because people think that, and then they ask me like a super like obscure like, hey, do you remember where I put this thing? I'm like, yes, actually it's in the cabinet to the left in the very bottom. Like, I have all the answers. I'm not scatterbrained.
Yeah,
I'm
like it's just
here.
random. Like
Yeah,
Well,
you
you
just
also
can't
have
keep up.
a Virgo
Yes,
Mars, so
I
having those
do.
two so having those two placements, like two big, planets that are ruled by Mercury, I imagine can be probably sometimes, I don't know, with the people that I know that have a lot of Virgo or a lot of Gemini in their chart, it seems like they always feel like they're constantly in like a mind fuck, like they're in a constant conversation with themselves and like with everything that's going on, and like they just have a hard time like focusing, or they're over focusing. It's like one or the other. It's like an OCD, or it's
Oh
like
yeah.
complete lack of control.
Oh yeah. Like, if I'm focused on work, I won't eat, I won't drink, I won't go to the
Yeah.
bathroom for 8 hours because I'm focused. And once I break that
Crazy.
focus, I can't get back into it. It's done.
Crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm like, all right, break. I gotta pee.
See, I want to give myself breaks, but like if I
Yeah.
give myself a break, all of a sudden it turns into all day, and I'm like, girl, you didn't get that thing done.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
Turned
can't
into
be
your
not
day
getting
off.
things done.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, totally. And since you know your chart, you know how you work.
Yes.
So that really helps you, probably.
I have a question about your Virgo Mars because we met at work.
Mm-hmm.
And so like mostly, and we like, briefly talked about this, but mostly I saw a lot of your Virgo Mars Cancer rising energy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, Virgo Mars, very organized, particular. A Cancer rising would come off as like, sweet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Customer
you know,
service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my question.
Cute. Oh, that was
Yeah.
fucking cute.
Yeah, she definitely.
That was like big Cancer energy right there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I loved it. I really it reminded me it literally reminded me of my mom, who's a Cancer.
Yeah, I'm cute. It's whatever.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
I'm
are. She is.
She is cute.
She's so cute.
Yeah, and it's helpful at work.
It is. She
Yeah.
gets tips.
I know that. Hey, I was a bartender for a long time.
Hell yeah. But I was wondering, like, because you also have mostly like fire and like there's that air placement too.
Mhm.
Like, do you
Mm-hmm.
feel that switch when you're at work and then when you're with like your friends and like or in a relaxed environment? Like, do you notice? Because Virgo and Cancer is like earth and water, and then the
Yeah.
rest of your chart most of the time is fire and air.
Yeah.
So like, do you notice that like switch?
Yeah. So I think for me, I know that I'm a lot for people. So I use my Virgo Mars and my Cancer rising to scope it out and to learn all the
Right.
things I need
Got
to.
it.
So like for work, the first few weeks of work, I was focused on what do I need to do to be a good employee, to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So not only do people like me, but I'm also getting my job done, And then once that's settled into my
Totally.
subconscious, then I can go more into my fire placements and be a little more sassy and, be a little more myself because I already know I have security in my work environment. You know what I mean? Or like my work ethic at that place.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Got
yeah,
it.
gotta ease
Yeah, because you
people
get
into
like
my
comfortable. The
personality.
Cancer rising goes away.
Yes.
Yeah.
which gets me in trouble though, because then people think I'm, this Cancer rising, and then they get to know me and they're like, oh, where'd that
Right.
go? I'm like, yeah, it's gone.
Well, yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
She's nowhere to be found.
That's so funny.
I feel like you have made me like really love Sagittarius energy.
I love
Truly.
that.
Because my
Yay,
experience,
what
I
fun.
feel like, like my experience was jaded. So immediately I was just like,
Totally.
ugh, like, as opposed to giving it a shot because I'm like, you're a cheater, gross, bottom of the totem pole, disgusting, dirt, trash.
No.
No, we are great. I feel like we're
No.
the chillest of the fire sign. Like, I feel like Aries
Yeah,
are just,
totally.
like, a
Yeah.
lot.
Totally.
Leos are dramatic, and Sag, we're just like, hey, we'll do whatever. As long as we're into it.
Also,
we'll
yeah,
do it.
being the mutable sign.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mutable energy coursing through. Always.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, you really do have a lot of mutable energy.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh. Something we need to mention. So there are 3 qualities. We talked about this. There are 3 qualities. There's cardinal, fixed, and mutable.
Right.
Mhm.
And all 3 of us
Yeah.
are dominated specifically by one of those. So like Lacey's like a cardinal dominant.
Yeah.
I'm like mostly fixed, and Amber has mostly mutable signs.
That's why this thruple
Why
works.
it works.
Yeah.
It's all balanced and harmony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I need that.
That Libra
Seriously.
energy, she needs the balance.
Yes, I
That's a
do.
mutable energy too. Like, I'm always seeking, what's the balance of this situation?
So next in line we have your Sagittarius Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
one of my
more
favorites.
She
Sagittarius.
says what she means.
Yeah, more
And I mean
Sagittarius
what I
energy.
say. Yes.
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 And we love that.
We love that about you.
She's a lot, but we appreciate her the most.
Dude,
Yeah.
honestly, like strong women are my favorite thing because I'm so
Right?
sick. Okay. Hang on.
You know what?
Let me
Let's get
reword
into
that.
it.
Let me reword that. I feel like I've been around a lot of very sensitive women. Like I've been around a lot and I'm really not sensitive. Like
Yeah, same.
I think if the only thing I would be kind of sensitive about is maybe my relationship and maybe my
or
work.
Yeah,
That's about
what
it.
I would
But
say.
like overall, I'm not at all sensitive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's because I just feel like there are such crazy things going on in the world that like we don't have time to think about these little minute problems.
Exactly.
And like Sagittarius is because they value their time and their freedom and like they are those big picture thinkers. I feel like now I'm like I don't know, I'm just like I really feel like I don't have the energy to be around people who are constantly being offended by me when I'm not even being rude. I'm just being
Yes.
like
Yeah.
Boring of my
normal.
life. Ugh.
Like so
Yeah.
you probably from our other episodes like people think I'm mean when they first meet me and I'm just like no dude, I just like know myself and I just feel good about myself.
Mhm.
Well, and that energy is just intimidating for people who don't know themselves.
Totally.
That's all it is. It's just you're a mirror for their insecurity and they don't like that. And
Totally.
Yeah.
I get it. I've been there, but that's not my problem. That's yours. And
Yeah, that's your problem.
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to suck it up and deal with it,
or walk away.
Yeah, or do your own thing, dude.
Yeah. So I relate. I relate.
Yeah.
I love. I love it. I love fire signs.
Yes.
But the Sagittarius Mercury specifically is
Mhm.
like your communication, right? So like when you're communicating, like how does Sagittarius Mercury like work?
Yeah. So I actually read something that was I just liked it. They were saying,
Yeah.
Sages are the map makers, the adventurers, whatever. And with Sag and Mercury, it's like your mind needs a constant adventure. And for me, that translates into I like to talk about intellectual things. I like to adventure, in different stories and different cultures and different things that I can learn about. And I think for some people, they take that
Right.
as, you're arguing or you're too passionate or you're acting mad. And I'm not. I'm just so excited and I'm just like happy and I want to learn more.
I relate to this so much.
Me
Yeah, like
too.
my normal register of voice, people are like, I just don't get why you're being so aggressive. Why are you arguing? And I'm like, I'm not arguing at all. Like, I actually
Shut
agree with
up.
you.
You're
I'm
being
not
a pussy.
arguing. I'm not arguing.
You're being a pussy.
And I love it because
That's how
my
I
boyfriend
truly
is like that
feel.
too. My boyfriend has a Leo Mercury, so like when we talk, it's like we're yelling, but like we don't scream at each other. We don't yell. Like we're just passionate people, and it's just funny because we just both get into
Yeah,
it.
loud
Yeah.
conversation. Yeah,
It's
you're like
so
passionate
loud.
about
And then
it.
me and my man will be like taking a walk or whatever, and we're just like power walking down the street, like huffing and puffing about whatever we're talking about, and just because we're passionate and we're just like in the conversation. And one of us will be like, "Oh, we need to slow down.
I
We're out
love
of breath.
that.
Calm down. Calm down."
I also feel like I love combative conversation. Like it's so interesting to me.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
It's like, oh my
okay.
god, what can you say and what will I say that will teach each other something?
Yeah, like a
I
debate.
always look at okay. Yes, I always. Look
I
at
love
things
the
as-
conversation that's uncomfortable.
Me too, because why don't you want to talk about what are you hiding? Like, talk to me about it.
Yeah.
Let's chat. And for me, it's like I enter every conversation like either I'm going to teach you something and now you get to have this great knowledge, or you're going to do that for me. There's no winners. There's no I'm better. Like we're just learning, and that's awesome.
Right.
But, you know,
I
the
see, I can
sensitive
relate to
people
that.
do not enjoy that.
Yeah. I feel you. I don't want any issues. I just like want to have productive conversation, and like in productive
Totally.
conversation, heatedness like naturally happens. So it's like, okay, you're going to sit here and completely ignore the point I just proved to you, and you're going to get offended.
Yeah.
Why? You're being 5.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yeah, it's like you should at least be able to like know when you're wrong. Like I feel like I can't relate to this
We love you,
because
Kat.
I have
Yeah, I
a
love
Taurus
you.
sun, a Leo moon, a fucking Aries Mercury on top of that. So when I'm like debating, I do debate because Aries Mercury, like that's
Mhm.
just a natural. We're argumentative.
Mhm.
And my whole goal as like a Taurus sun, Leo moon is to get that person to believe that I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I am a pretty open-minded person most of the time. But if I feel like I am right, then I will keep arguing until that person agrees with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because like in my head I'm like, "Oh, I've really thought this out. Like I know that I'm right. So
Yeah.
like you should just agree and then, you know, you'll be right too."
But for me,
Oh
I
my
need
God.
proof. Like I'm like, give me some proof, and
Yeah,
I'll totally
Sagittarius
believe you.
searching for the truth.
Yes, of course.
The truth. Oh my god, what I cannot do is be around people that use their emotions to drive their life. Emotions are not facts. Emotions are not reality.
Oh my God. Yes.
You cannot make choices on emotions. They're gonna change
Yes.
tomorrow. Are you kidding? Like,
Yes.
think logically.
We're in a simulation.
Like, it's a puzzle. You're not gonna get out unless you find the puzzle. And emotions are not part of the puzzle. They complicate it.
Walk through the maze and finish the fucking job, please.
Take a second for
feel this.
yourself. Your emotions are valid, but then move on.
Thank you.
Yes. I got
Detach, but it's that Gemini
Is
moon.
the air
Yep.
energy that
Yeah.
you guys have.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like right.
She's like crying in the corner. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Her Pisces Venus. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all my fucking
Pisces
really
Venus, you're like,
attached placements. Yeah, I'm
She's
like,
hugging herself in the corner.
I'm like, I'm a sensitive girl.
It's so funny though, because I would consider myself sensitive as well. But I know that,
Me
and I
too.
know that doesn't mean I get to just act out. Like, you still have to be
Mhm.
logical. You still have to work on facts, but you can have your emotions and you're valid. Move on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
feel the
Scorpio
same way.
energy
I feel
in
that
me. It's just when you use that against people
totally.
that it doesn't work out, and that is a water sign trait.
It's not gonna go anywhere.
And I also feel like have a good sense of like what is like personal and what is not. Like you know, like some people just don't know that like ratio. Like they don't understand.
Yes, the
you know, like
emotional dumping that comes from water sign. I'm like, listen, I didn't ask
Yeah.
for that. I want to chat to you and I want to talk. I don't want you to dump your emotions on me. That's not fair at all.
Mm-hmm.
totally.
Because I would never do that to somebody else, especially somebody I didn't know well enough to be like, it's cool if I don't ask you first. You know what I mean?
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
I know she gets this. I know this is relevant.
Okay.
I know that for a while, because we're talking about water placements, water energy, and I
Mhm.
know that for a while you like kind of were not okay with your Cancer rising.
Yes.
Where do you feel like? How do you feel about it now?
I'm embracing it. I think it's fine. I think I'm leaning into understanding how to use it. Because, like I said before,
Mhm.
it was kind of like people would try to be my friend, but they would try to be like my Cancer side friend. And then once my SADS came out, they would then be upset with
They
me.
couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of learning how to like use it to my advantage and then discard it when it's necessary. And I think that really manifests
Mhm.
in, you know, because Cancers are the mothers, they're very nurturing. I feel like a very nurturing
Right.
person. I love to be there for people, especially my close people. Only my close people, but like
Mhm.
I love to be there. I love to help
Mhm.
people. I love to give advice, like, and not to be rude, but my advice is
Right.
always very sound, so it works out. And I put that to
Yeah,
my
No,
credit.
I think it
I
is.
I know this firsthand.
Yes,
I
you
think it
do.
is.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm
Yes, I
friends
know
with
this
her.
firsthand. Good, good.
Well, and I told you guys this last night, but it's so interesting. We found out that out of all rising signs, Cancer is the most popular rising sign based on like people's birthdays,
Yeah.
which is so interesting. I know a few Cancer risings, so that's pretty cool.
Well, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why that is. Like, why is it that Cancer rising are the
Yeah.
most
Common.
common?
Maybe
That's something we
I
don't know.
Yeah.
So you have a Scorpio Venus.
Yes.
Yeah, she's ready for these questions.
Mhm.
Apparently, she loves her Scorpio Venus.
I love all my Scorpio placements. I have a Scorpio North Node as well.
Oh,
I
cool.
love them. I'm here for the Scorpio and Sag like synergy is so weirdly satisfying to me. I love it. I love it.
Hmm. Because Scorpio signs, if they weren't a water sign, they'd probably be a fire sign
Yeah.
Totally.
because of
They're
that
the
stinger.
fieriest of the water.
I know you've talked about your boyfriend a little bit. So cute. How would you say because your Venus is your love and pleasure planet, right? And then
Yeah.
your Mars is your sex and aggressive and ambition side.
Mhm.
So how would you say your Scorpio Venus and your Virgo Mars plays into your relationship? And then also what are his signs in those planets and how is
Yeah.
that compatible or not
Ooh.
compatible?
Yeah, so he has a Libra Mars and
Okay.
a Leo Venus.
Okay.
Libra
So-
Mars,
Wow.
just like my boyfriend, and Leo Venus, just like yours.
Yeah. Insane.
Yes. So it's good. So the Virgo Mars, I'm a perfectionist, especially in my relationships. Like I was telling you guys the other day, like
Right.
I check in all the time with myself and with him. Are you happy? Are you
Yeah.
having a good time? Do you like our relationship still? And it's not coming from a place of insecurity. It's one of those things where it's like, I need to know because if it's not working, let's fix it or let's be done. Because again, I can't waste time.
Yeah, let's not
Yeah.
waste time.
Let's not waste
Yeah.
our time.
I'm
Oh my God,
always
Sagittarius.
hmm
Yes, I'm always checking in. So that's the Virgo part. And then that Scorpio Venus.
That's probably your Sagittarius Mercury too.
A little
Yes,
bit. Maybe like
yes.
both.
Both.
Like
Yes,
thinking
they work
about it,
overtime
overthinking it, and
together.
being like, okay. Yeah,
Totally.
exactly. And that's what your birth chart is meant to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, and then the Scorpio Venus, the only problem I have with her is that I just unintentionally can be manipulative with my relationships. And I totally don't
Your
mean to.
relationship.
It just comes out and it's like luckily I have a great relationship where now it's just a passing comment where he's like, what are you saying? Like, stop. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But before we got to that place, it was like,
Yeah.
I was like subtly manipulating him and not really realizing that. And then he was feeling bad about it, but like still doing what I wanted because he loved me. And it was just like this thing where it became like he didn't feel good in our relationship. And I was like, well, that's my fault. Like, let me fix it then. I'll be on the lookout for that quality of mine. So that's the only problem with her.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
That's
so
so
good of you,
yeah.
Amber.
Listen, I'm a loyal bitch. I want to work things like my thing is if I give you the
Yes.
time of day, you're worth it to me. So like let's act like we're worth it to each other,
Totally.
you know? Like if I don't like you, it's pretty obvious. I'm not going
Totally.
to talk to you. That's just it.
Dude, I feel that. Okay, bye. Bye. Yeah. There is a lot of also the air sign energy of like detachedness.
Yeah.
I notice, I mean, I'm pretty much all air. Like all of my main placements are air and then fire. That's it.
Mhm.
And then on my outer planets, I have like one water and then a few earth, but mostly just air and fire.
Mhm.
And I feel like that detachedness comes in clutch so many times
Yeah.
because it's what you were talking about, like logically seeing things and being like, okay, I know what I feel and this really hurts and da 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 da, but what I'm seeing here, this doesn't make sense. And now it's no longer serving me. And now I need to walk away from it. And I feel like that quality has saved me from so many bad relationships, so many bad work environments, so many bad friendships. Like, you know, people that were going down like a really bad path and some crazy shit ended up happening. Like, that's definitely, I feel like what that is with you as well. Like you're able to
Yeah.
detach with that Gemini moon.
Exact. And like once like before it gets to that point of detachment, my Scorpio Venus is so loyal and so
Totally
loving and
right.
so willing to work it out that by the
Totally.
time I get to detachment, like
You're really
I'm a
done with it.
ghoster. Listen, I'm a ghoster. If it gets to the point where I
Yes,
ghost
me
you
too.
should know it's your fault because I have talked about it. I have tried to work it out. So if I ghost you, you should know by this point it's on you, man. Come on.
Totally. Yeah, I love that. I mean, kind of since you've been into astrology for a while and you've had time to like evaluate your life situations and see where astrology is, you know, making sense. What placement would you say is maybe your most dominant in your chart, and which one would you say is the least dominant? Like which one do you see the least and which one do you notice the most in yourself?
Well, for myself, I would say the least I notice is my Cancer rising because I'm never trying to operate from that place.
Totally.
The most, my Sag Mercury is very strong. She's the one I've had to work the hardest to rein in.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably that one.
In what way?
I feel like with astrology, it's, you know, I don't like to look at it as like a futuristic tell all of what you're going to do. I like to look at it as, hey, this is your potential and you can choose to use it or not. Um, and so for me, that
Totally.
translates into everyone has a superpower. For me, my superpower is being blunt. However, I can use that being blunt and being honest and telling it like it is for bad, and I can hurt people and make people upset, or I can use it when it's really needed, when I need to stand up for people at work, for safety. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
can use it for good. So that's my superpower. And that is hard to like find the line between, well, when do I speak up? When do I say what I mean? When do I just let it go? Because for me, everything's worth talking about. Everything is worth standing up for. So I have to think within the realm of reality, what is actually worth standing up for and what
You have to
can I
like
just
step outside of yourself.
Yes, exactly. Which is
Yeah.
very hard for me to do because I truly think every little thing matters. I really do.
Well, I think you're doing a great job. So,
Thank you. That is
She's
so
a
nice.
bad bitch.
a bad bitch.
I try.
Yeah, truly.
Piggybacking off of that though, because you know, asking like, oh, what is most dominant, whatever, what's least or whatever. What placements do you wish you had like more of or like less of?
If
Yeah.
any.
If
I
any, or are you happy with it?
you know what? For the most part, I'm so happy with it. I keep bragging on the Cancer rising. I feel bad, but I wish I could replace it with a Gemini rising. I would love to have an air rising. And I feel like with the rest of my chart, a Gemini rising fits in the best because then I could be a little more into small talk and I could be a little more charming and like, a little better, I think. But everything else, I'm too attached to every other placement. I love all of them.
That's good though.
Yeah, that is
That's
good.
that
That's nice.
I think the Cancer rising can be a really good thing because it's almost like because it's so warm and maternal naturally, it probably gives people more of a chance to see you. But I see also what you're saying, that once they get to know you, it's kind of like they're not ready for it because they were expecting something else.
Because for me, when I get to know someone and we get on a deeper level, to me that means I can take off the kid gloves. I can take off the Cancer rising, and you should still be able to handle me because we're at a deeper level of friendship, and a lot of people are not ready for that. And that's the line I have to remember. Like, are they ready or are they not?
I feel that way, but in opposite with my Aries rising. I'm like quick to be like, fuck you. Like, I'm quick to just be like, don't talk to me. We're not friends. Like, you don't know me. Like, I'm in charge. Don't act like you're in charge. I'll say whatever I want. That's on you if you take it personally. Like, I have that. But it's also because I'm like, same thing as me and Alyssa. Our risings are sister signs with our sun signs.
Yeah.
And if you were a Gemini rising, you would have a sister sign rising.
It'd be crazy.
I know.
But you do with your moon, so.
Yeah.
So you're part of the club.
You're part of the club. But it's like having that sometimes, it's like, it's kind of opposite where it's like, I feel like people don't deserve my like sensitive and sweet side.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a hard exterior, but a soft interior. It's like, I really care and I'm really just, like I would just sit here and cry with you and like hear all your problems and like, I got you. But like, really, I'm like, I don't know you yet, and I don't think you deserve that yet.
You don't deserve
that. My Sag energy feels that.
Yeah. You just don't deserve it. It's not even like I can't show it.
Not everyone deserves it, and that's just the fact. That's okay.
Yeah. It's all right. I know when I can let it down.
See, I have like the Scorpio rising and the Taurus sun, so like it's not really like people definitely see me one way and then they get to know me and they're like, "Oh, you're not really like that." Yeah. But I feel like it's more like, "Oh, I like just don't trust you." Like,
yeah.
I just don't like I feel too vulnerable. I don't like it.
It's so funny, Liz. When I first got to know you, like, I feel like every time we hung out, I would just learn a new cool fact about you. I'm like, why wouldn't you say that? Like, why don't you act like you're awesome? Because you are. And like every time it would happen, and I'm just like, okay, that's cool again, And like now that I got to know you, like now you're excited to tell me things, and I love it.
Scorpio mystery. Yeah, the Scorpio mystery is like, are they? Can they even Can they even handle that? Like, I don't even know if like they can really get handle that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know everything about me now.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
And now it's all good.
And now we out here.
We out here.
And now she sees my Leo moon.
A lot.
I love her. That fire energy. We all have it.
Yes.
Big 3 fire energy.
Let's have Leo energy. You're like, yes. I mean, Alyssa, like. Mercury retrograde just ended.
Yeah, February 20th it just ended.
I know.
Yes. And since you have so many placements ruled by Mercury, how has Mercury retrograde affected you in the past? But also, if it affected you this time, you can include that as well. But I guess just how has Mercury retrograde affected you, and has there been a time where it's really affected you and times where it really hasn't? Like, how has that been for you?
So this past time is the one that's super affected me. Like,
Really?
it just ended, and it was like during retrograde, felt like I was just being shit on the whole time. Like, everything was just not going well, and I was just like,
You're like,
how?
what the fuck?
Yeah, like I was doing everything normally and just nothing was working out, and it was just so frustrating. The day that retrograde ended, the very day, from as soon as I woke up, literally just I got a call. This came into place, everything worked out, just boom boom boom, everything just happened in the first day, and I was just like,
Whoa.
okay, got it. It's fine. But before this,
Wow.
I had never really noticed it in my own life, just kind of like in the collective,
Crazy.
like last year when we went through retrograde was when like a lot of shit was going down, and obviously, you know what I mean? But never in my personal life. But yeah, this time was just wow, a real slap in the face.
I think a good little like recap is like, so Amber has a sun in Sagittarius, Gemini Moon, Sagittarius Mercury, Cancer rising, sorry, Sagittarius Mercury, Scorpio Venus,
Virgo Mars.
Yes.
And then her exterior planets, we can just go through them really quick. You have a Sagittarius Jupiter, a Pisces Saturn, a Capricorn Uranus, also Capricorn Neptune like moi.
Yes.
A Scorpio Pluto, a North Node in Scorpio, a Chiron, which we're going to get into this guys later, but a Chiron in Virgo. And what's this one called again?
Midheaven.
Oh, Midheaven in Pisces.
Yeah.
So that's your full chart.
That's the full chart. And I have a question about specifically your North Node.
Yes.
So we never discussed this, but I'll just explain it kind of quickly. Your North Node is kind of like that sign that's in your North Node when you're looking at your chart is basically, it's showing you what energy you kind of need to have by the end of your life. So by the end of your life, you're going to have this energy, and that's the place that you kind of need to be to like feel fulfilled by the end of your life or whatever it is.
Yeah, you want to like gain more of the good qualities of that sign.
Exactly. You want to
leave behind the bad qualities of the sister sign, which is your South Node.
Exactly. Great explanation. So my question, we just said it, but you have a North Node in Scorpio, which makes your South Node Taurus. So you'd have to get rid of Taurus qualities.
Bad Taurus qualities.
Right.
And get good Scorpio qualities.
So I wonder, like, because Scorpio is a very different energy than I think a lot of your chart.
Yeah.
So on a scale of like 1 to 10, 10 being like full acceptance and inheritance of that Scorpio energy, where do you feel like you are right now in your life, like on this North Node journey?
In acceptance or in the journey?
Like in the where do you feel like that? How do you feel like if your Scorpio North Node has like a meter?
Yeah, like where are you at on
the top
that?
of it is you being that Scorpio North Node. Where do you feel like you are right now?
I want to say a 7, but humbly, I'm going to say a 6.
Okay.
I'm not that old. I have a lot of life to live, so I hope I get to learn more about life and become a better person than I am now. So I would say like a 6, you know?
Okay.
But as for full acceptance, I love it. I absolutely love that is the energy I need to embody, because I feel like, the energy I started with in the beginning of my life, the Sag energy, is just so fiery, so impulsive, so just aggressive. And I think Scorpio energy is a little more calm. It's still intense, but it's a little more secretive. It doesn't really need to show off or show out. And I think that's a really good,
it doesn't have to prove
it's
itself.
really good qualities that I need to embody, and I can foresee myself embodying as like a full adult.
Nice.
Totally.
So would you say then, if you're at a 6, would you say then, let's say there are 10 unevolved Taurus traits, you feel like you've mastered 6 of them, and now you have like maybe 4 left, like in the grand scheme?
Maybe. Like, what kind of Taurus traits are bad? Because personally, I love Tauruses. They're one of my favorite
Me
signs.
too.
Me too.
No, but like, honestly, like just the Taurus energy, just that
Truly.
calming energy is so peaceful
Mhm.
for me. I love it. So it's hard for me to see
Yes.
like what the
Yes.
bad things are. So remind me. What are
Well,
some
I know
I
some
can tell you.
Tauruses. I know
I
some
can tell you.
Tauruses that have some bad qualities,
Okay.
but I love them either way.
Yeah.
Just
That's
I
what I'm
think it's
saying.
probably
I'm like,
like
how
they can
bad can
tend
they
to be
be?
lazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's like the only one I'm
laziness,
thinking of. But for me, I don't
Yeah.
feel like I'm
stubbornness.
lazy. Yeah, I am stubborn. Like for me, it's not that I'm lazy, it's that like in that Virgo Mars, I want to get things done efficiently, correctly the first time so I can go and
The
chill.
right way.
The right way
Mhm.
because if I'm not
Yeah.
doing it the right way, then I have to go back and that cuts into my chill time. We're not having
And you
that.
have to
Yeah.
redo it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. My Taurus
Yes.
Mars feels that.
Yeah.
See,
But I guess like yeah, like laziness, stubbornness,
Mhm.
me trying to think of bad
you're like,
traits
how
of my
bad can
sun
I
sign. I'm
be?
like, I'm
Oh,
perfect though.
great.
No, I think that's about it, honestly. I think
Yeah.
Tauruses are a good sign.
Selfish, maybe selfish.
You know what? That's a huge one
Too
for me.
yeah, too
Yeah.
like into like having a good time and feeling all their senses and being in their pleasure and their luxury that they
Yeah.
might
Oh
get
my
selfish.
god. One of
Mm,
your last podcasts you were talking about for food, it has to be the exact taste, smell, whatever for
mhm.
you to enjoy it. Same. If one of those is
Yeah.
off, I won't eat it. I'll starve. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not that way.
That's literally how I am.
Crazy.
Absolutely not. I'm like, I'm not gonna eat because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of calories. I'm not eating
Yeah.
that if it's not gonna be good.
True.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, what an
Yeah.
unpleasant experience.
But no, you said it was maybe difficult for me to tap into that North Node energy, but I don't feel like it is that difficult because of my Scorpio Venus. And I feel like with my
You already
Scorpio
have
Venus,
that
you
energy.
know, yeah, like when I love someone, like whether it's romantic or friendship, like I truly am all for them. However, if I don't care about you,
Totally.
I don't give a shit. And like that's not a good quality. And I think that Scorpio
Totally.
North Node is saying like, hey, you need to be a little bit nicer and care a little bit more about everybody. But like it doesn't mean you have to like give everything. You just need to generally care, you know?
What do you think about this whole like co-star like scene in LA? It's
Yeah. We're
become
all friends on CoStar.
yeah, and you
Yes,
live in the valley as well. You're a valley
yeah.
girl as
I'm a
well.
valley girl.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
all valley
no.
girls.
I love it. Like it's
Yeah,
just so nice to just
so
clock in
cool.
and be like, okay, here's all my people, just to
Totally.
remind myself, like, oh yeah, how do I like have a conversation that's productive with this person? Oh, this way because of this placement.
Yes.
Right.
However, I do not think their daily little horoscope things are worth mentioning. I think they're lame.
Yeah. I recently found out that on CoStar because there were some things that were really scary,
Scarily accurate.
like almost
Like on the nose.
yeah, like it was really weird.
Like my experience, for example, I was working with my dad and we had Chick-fil-A like 3 days in a row. And on the third day, my co-star horoscope thing said eat something new.
Whoa.
So we
Yeah.
we really went through your chart then and
Mhm.
we mentioned all of your placements.
Yeah.
Have you ever met anybody with the same birth chart as you, Amber?
I have, yes. So
Hmm.
weird because I met this girl when I moved to LA and she was born completely on the opposite side of the world, literally. And we have the same
Wow.
exact birth chart except for our rising. She was born the day after me. And it's crazy cuz like we get each other. We really do. Like I feel it, but we're not the same person at
Yeah.
all. And like we don't like the same
Yeah.
things. We don't express ourselves in the same way, but like we get each other. It's so weird.
That's so cool. How does
Yeah.
it feel? Do you feel like understood? Like does it feel like weird knowing that somebody might be like kind of feeling the same as you?
Yeah. So weird. Well, what's interesting is like I don't know if we have the same houses, so that's probably why we
Right.
like, express ourselves differently. But like
True.
for example, my best friend, like we both have a 12th house moon, and like the way we understand each other, like it's like we're just psychic with each other. Like she'll be going through something and I will text her and be like, hey, we need to talk about this. And not even like we haven't talked about it before, never mentioned it, and I'll just be like, hey, I feel like this is happening.
Yeah.
Always. And it's so weird.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and me and Alyssa have talked about too. We want to do a twins episode because twins have the
Yes.
exact same birth chart, houses and everything, like
Crazy.
exact. And knowing that twins are so different. I mean, they're obviously there is that weird twin like things.
Telepathy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we should definitely have a group of twins, a set of twins,
Yeah.
and get through that
Mhm.
because that would be so
That
interesting
would be
to
so cool.
break down.
Yeah.
Okay, now kind of what we really want to do on our next segment, we want to do a little bit of talk about cusps because this has been like such a massive topic in the astrology world. And
it's something that like we've talked to Amber about.
totally.
Yeah, like privately,
Totally.
outside of this. So let's talk about some cusps. Okay, so cusps. Cusps.
Yeah.
Cusps are basically like birthdays that fall a few days before the end of one sign and a few days after the beginning of another. So you're like a cusp. You're on the cusp of two different zodiac signs.
Correct.
And we like
people say all the time, I'm an Aries with a Taurus cusp. Like
yeah,
all
a
the
lot of
time.
people say
Mhm.
different things about these cusps. Like there are a lot of people who will be like, well, I'm a cusp, like I'm on the cusp. Or there are people who are like, cusps aren't real. So we're gonna discuss.
And let's see what this Soleil Lunastro chick said.
Yeah.
She said, there is no such thing as cusps. A planet cannot be in two signs at once. The reason someone may feel like they are the sign before or after the sign the sun was born in could be because they have other planets in that sign. Your Mercury sign is never more than one sign away from your sun sign. So if you have a Leo sun, your Mercury is either going to be a Leo Mercury, a Cancer Mercury, or a Virgo Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
And your Venus sign is never more than two signs away from your sun sign. So if you again have a Leo sun, your Venus is either a Gemini Venus, a Cancer Venus, a Leo Venus, a Virgo Venus, or a Libra Venus.
Right.
So if you're feeling like a sign that's close to you, it's because one of your predominant planets is in that sign. But you are the sun sign that you were born in. That's my opinion. I personally don't believe in cusps. I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah, I
You're
think
not
we
born
all
on
share.
one. Right. We
Yeah,
all share
this opinion. Like we all feel like
Yeah. For me, it's like time. Like if it's 11:59 on Monday, it's still Monday. And it's
exactly.
only Tuesday until it's 12 o'clock.
12
Exactly.
It's not both Monday and Tuesday. It can't be. It's just
No.
one.
If you're born at 12:01, you're born on Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah.
Period.
You're born at 12,
Totally.
you're born on Tuesday. Like you
Yeah.
can't.
So
just
same goes with the zodiac signs.
Yeah.
Right.
That's our opinion that we're gonna shove down your throat for today.
Better believe it.
Cusps aren't real.
Cusps aren't real.
Grow up.
No, I actually hate, and I guess this isn't people's fault, but when some people come up to you and I'll be talking about astrology in a group setting or something,
Mhm.
and people will be like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Gemini with a Cancer cusp, so I'm definitely way more like a Cancer or whatever." And then I'll see them, and I'm like, with my opinions just silent, all right.
Does it kill you because when people talk about astrology and they don't know what they're talking about, I'm just like,
Yeah.
don't be
You're
rude. You don't need to correct them. They're not
Yeah,
asking for
yes,
it.
exactly. And then throughout the night, I'll see that they're so Gemini, and I'm like,
You're just like, you don't know what the
you're
fuck
an
you're talking about.
idiot.
You're an idiot.
They're
They
not
probably
sweet.
have a Cancer moon.
They're talking the whole night. They're dressed all head to toe fashion, and I'm like, get out of here. You are not a Cancer. You wouldn't even be here if you were a Cancer.
Yeah,
They'd be
you
at
don't
home.
Home.
They'd be at home.
She doesn't even go here.
She doesn't even go here. I guess that's it. Like, what else do we say about cusps?
Yeah, that's our opinion on cusps. You
Yeah.
know, like let us know what you think about cusps. Like,
And if anyone has any information about cusp proving otherwise, please send it
share
because
it.
Totally.
you
I
know,
would love to
because
see some proof.
yeah, because I
Yeah.
currently have not seen a single ounce. So
Exactly.
I will share this story. But the thing is that I haven't seen this guy's birth chart, so I really don't. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I will say that there was a time in my last relationship, my ex-boyfriend was talking about one of his closest friends, to me. I never met him, but the way that he explained, like, his actions, his reactions, the way that he just behaved in general, I was like, "Oh my god, this guy like feels like a Taurus."
Mm-hmm.
And then his birthday came around and I was like, "Oh my god, like what's his birthday? Like what is his sign?" Because I've always thought that he was a Taurus.
mhm.
And it turns out his birthday is literally like a day or two into, or I think actually it's a day right after Taurus season ends. So the day that Gemini begins,
Yeah.
that's his birthday. And I was like, fuck, like I really thought it was a Taurus, but he was
Maybe
just
just
like
this.
on the cusp.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I never got to see his whole birth chart because I never fucking met
Yeah.
the kid.
I think it's
But
also worth mentioning
sure.
that to know if you're a cusp or not, you have to know your birth year because the
Yeah.
thing is that there's 365 days and you can't divide that by 12 evenly. That's why you have the cusp
Right.
Yeah,
period of
that's
like
right.
5 days or whatever. So like, yeah, in 2021 maybe you're a Taurus, but in 1990 when you were born, you're an Aries, So
Right.
yeah.
crazy.
Right. So maybe he
That's
was
a big
born
old
as a
mind
Taurus.
fuck. That's a
Yeah,
big
no,
old
he totally
mind
probably
fuck.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Mm-hmm. No, my
Because
friend
I
my
like
friend is
everything
literally
that
like
he
that, and her
said.
birthday is always in Taurus season.
I think we kind of wrapped it up. Thank you for being on our show, being our first guest.
Thanks for like
Thanks
talking
for
to
having
us
me.
and validating
So
the fact
fun.
that we know what we're talking about when it comes to astrology.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
you
nice to
girls
know
got
that
it.
we're supported in this
Yes,
endeavor.
of course, always.
Yeah.
And we love you. Thank you for being on.
Of course, anytime.
Yes.
Yeah, hit us up, girl. You can come on anytime.
Okay, sounds good.
Anytime.
Okay, girl. Thank you so much for being on. We'll talk to you
Thanks,
later.
Amber. We'll literally
love
text
you.
right after this.
Okay, love you.
Bye. Love
Bye.
you. Okay, so we're back. We had Amber. That was so cool. That was so much fun.
We love Amber.
Amber's so great.
We love that energy.
How fun was it to have a guest?
Yeah.
Right?
It was so fun and like, I don't know. It was fucking fun. There's no other way to say it.
I'm just ready for the next episodes and the next and the next and the
The
next
next
and the
and the
next and the next.
All the people that we get to like just go into their birth charts and show them who they really are.
Show them who they really are. We need to get to our questions.
Yes. So the last thing is like we just gotta answer these fucking questions.
Gotta answer all these fucking questions.
Gotta answer these questions.
So these are from our followers. One of the followers asks, what is the most misunderstood sign?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
I feel like I have answered this question. I feel like you should answer this question.
Oh, okay.
Because I answered it when we when we answered that first question, like about what is Scorpio and why is or what's the worst sign and why is it Scorpio?
Oh yeah, and you
I was
think
like, I
it's
think
Scorpio.
that Scorpio is like the most misunderstood. So
Okay. I think the most misunderstood sign. I would say I think it could be Aquarius. I think Aquarius they feel misunderstood 100%.
Right.
And I also think that there's this stereotype on Aquarius is for being like weird and strange, and like granted, yes, it can seem that way definitely, but as an Aquarius moon, I feel that energy of like being misunderstood and feeling like the thoughts are too broad for people to like comprehend, you know?
Yeah.
So I know lots of Aquariuses that feel misunderstood.
Yeah.
So I would say Aquarius or Scorpio. I see Scorpio is definitely misunderstood, but Aquarius as well.
Yeah. And I also feel like what you were saying, like about how they're like known to be like a pretty abstract sign, a pretty eccentric sign.
Yeah.
I feel like what makes them kind of feel misunderstood is that a lot of us hide that like authentic like weirdness that everybody has. Truly.
Yeah. Aquariuses embrace it.
And Aquarians embrace it and they feel misunderstood. It's like, why doesn't anybody understand that like I'm not weird, I'm not like different, like I just open. Yeah, I'm just authentic.
Yeah.
Like you guys probably do this shit too or think these things too and you just like
can't admit it to yourself.
Yeah, won't acknowledge it outside of your like head.
Totally. And I feel that as my Aquarius moon, I feel that.
Yeah, it's like, come on, you know this too.
Yeah. Don't act dumb.
Yeah, don't act like you don't get this.
You know what's up.
Yeah, but people like don't get it or they refuse to get it, and then that's where the misunderstood like comes in.
Totally. And then our other question is, what's the most loyal sign?
Yeah, so what's the most loyal sign?
She's going to say Taurus.
Yeah, I wanted to say Taurus. I wanted to say Taurus. I'm going to say Taurus.
Taurus or Leo, maybe.
Yeah, I but
Scorpio.
Sometimes I feel like I feel like Taurus, even unevolved, isn't necessarily as selfish as
that's true.
Maybe a Leo might
that's true.
Even evolved. So like I do kind of want to say Taurus. If I didn't have such fucked experiences with a Scorpio.
Yeah, you could say Scorpio.
I might say Scorpio.
Yeah.
But I'll say Taurus.
Yeah.
Are pretty loyal.
Mm-hmm.
I've like heard people come to me and be like, oh, I don't really like Taurus. Like, you know, they've like, or there was specifically one person that came up to me and was like, I don't really fuck with Taurus because like they cheat. And I'm like, that is so not a Taurus thing.
You're fucking, that guy, whoever cheated on you that made you feel that way, bitch, is probably has a Sagittarius Venus. And he's probably out here bored and you're making him feel tied down and he's cheating on you.
After we just talked to Amber about how Sagittarians are like not really cheaters. It's not about
No, but Sagittarius Venus though.
Or Scorpio Venus. It,
or
like
Scorpio
look at the
Venus.
rest of their chart.
True.
Because I almost 100% of the time will guarantee that whatever is making somebody cheat cannot be
chart.
a Taurus placement.
No, it's in their chart.
Yeah, it's somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Taurus is the most loyal sign, and I'll say it.
And she'll say it again.
And I'll say it again.
Taurus is the most loyal.
I am loyal. Okay, wait.
So that's our episode today.
That's our episode. We wrapped that shit up. We wrapped that biddy.
Yeah, we wrapped that biddy. And we'll see you guys next Venus Friday. Don't forget to follow us on all socials at The Venus Babies on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Spotify Podcasts. Listen to our Spotify playlist.
These
Link
are not
is in
questions.
bio.
These are not questions. These are commands.
Exactly.
Watch us, listen to us,
do it now,
and nobody will get hurt. Check our Instagram at The Venus Babies for some IGTV segments every single Tuesday.
So we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Did we forget something? I feel like we're like forgetting something.